We've all seen those sickening images by the mindless scum that call themselves Chelsea fans. My team that I support, Paddy, I'll start with you. It's one of the most disturbing things I've seen in a very, very long time, and it is utterly appalling.
I'm glad you used those words. It's difficult to find words to describe our revulsion at that kind of behaviour, not only as people who we all are involved in football, but in society as a whole. That is something that was a stain on our history as a society, and it's intolerable that it should come back. And I just wish all strength to the authorities, both in Paris and in London, to track down these people and bring them to as severe a form of justice as can be.
Yeah, by all accounts, the police in France, and they were liaising with the police in England, but it's brought shame on my club.
Yes.
And as an Arsenal fan and as a fellow football fan, they're the sort of images that you must be sick to the core. That the fact that it's not just a football fan, but also someone representing our country.
I don't think they're football. To me, they're not football fans because they shouldn't be representing the club. They're not football fans. It's a disgusting thing, especially after what's happened in Paris over the last few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's despicable. That was going back to the 70s. It's absolutely despicable, and I feel ashamed because being a fellow fan to see that amongst the football fans. It's horrific.
Well, I mean, how can football fans? Because on Twitter, for some reason, there have been morons on a tube in Paris, and it's given the morons on Twitter a soapbox to attack me as well. Yes. But as football fans, we have to somehow unite against this, because I think as a nation and as a footballing body in this country, the FA, the Premier League, and the football clubs themselves have made huge strides in stamping out this. But it just goes to show that we can't be complacent.
No, but and I think that the proper way of doing that is through offering any all support, moral and in any other way to the authorities to sort it out. I mean, as I understand it, there's the only way that Chelsea Football Club could do anything about it, or football as a whole, is if they were some kind of registered supporters. And of course, the first thing that would be done would be to deregister them as firmly as possible for life. But I've no evidence to believe that they are. And that leaves the onus up onto the law authorities who represent us, as in this matter as well. And you're quite right. There's so many things that this horrible, sinister activity reminds you of, and of course last season there was the business of Nicholas and Elka and the controversial gesture. That was bad enough. This is so much worse, and I just hope that justice is seen to be done on behalf of everybody involved in football and everyone in decent society.
It is a minority, but as a fellow football fan, you
Not
must.
only that, I mean, what must the players think? The players at Chelsea, all those players at Chelsea, what must they be thinking?
Yes.
Their own fans doing that.
Yes.
I mean,
Not
it's
so
mindless. They're not. I wouldn't even call them Chelsea fans, because they can't be supporting Chelsea when they've got players.
Well, I mean,
and they're attacking their own players. In other words,
I just wonder if Didier Drogba tried to get on the tube, whether they let him on.
Well, exactly. So,
or would they even know who he is? Would they even know who Didier is?
That puts it in context. I mean, that's the other thing. I would hope that the poor gentleman who, I think everybody who saw it suffered in this case, but the poor gentleman, obviously, most. I hope he's identified, and that we make it everyone, Chelsea Football Club, everybody makes it clear that they're so deeply embarrassed and apologetic for this awful occurrence.
I don't think even Chelsea have got anything to be apologetic about.
I don't think so too. I don't think they would subscribe to something.